Hi everyone, welcome to Zynerd's NEET UG 2024 webinar session, the Pro Guide to NEET UG 2024 Counseling. I am Ashok, your counseling expert. All of you would have now gone through the entire answer sheet and the answer key and your OMR sheet, and you would have an expected marks that you have listed down, and you know that this is what you expect and a rank range that you possibly expect for the particular mark. This is a culmination of many years of effort, or a lot of effort that has been put into your examinations, the efforts that you have put into cracking the entire examination. But there is one additional phase to crack, that is the counseling part, which is where we come in. Your dreams, we help you make them reality. We as Zinerd will take you through a complete professional guide to NEET UG counseling, how you crack the entire NEET UG counseling, clarifying your queries, all the confusions you have, and hand-holding you through the entire process of counseling till you get your dream seat, the best seat that is possible for your rank. You would have a lot of queries. Anyone who is at this stage, you have your marks now. That is what you have with you, correct? You would have watched a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of coaching centers would have given you inputs, but still there would be a lot of queries and a lot of confusion. What should I do with my marks, correct? My marks are 580 or 581. Last year it was at rank 40,000. What can I expect this year? How do I know the counseling eligibility? People are saying that there is all India counseling, there is state counseling, multiple counselings are there. How do I know whether I am eligible for those counselings? There are private seats in a lot of institutes, in a lot of states. How do I know whether these private seats are available for me, and what is the fee structure of these private seats? I want to attend counselings in Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra. Can I attend more than one counseling? What certificates should I get currently, should I be ready with before attending the counselings? I am expecting good marks of 650. I'll get many of the best colleges. Which one should I choose? What are the factors that I should consider before choosing that best college? My father is an ex-serviceman. Where all can I get different options which are available for me, my father being an ex-serviceman? Does my state have a quota for ex-servicemen? I come in the rank range of 3 to 3.5 lakhs. I don't have a government quota. I might not get a government's quota seat, but I am looking for private or deemed universities. How do I decide which deemed universities are available? What will be the fee structure of these deemed universities? Are the fee structures only tuition fee, or what is there beyond this? Can I know the counseling eligibility? I belong to Maharashtra, but my daughter, we moved to Karnataka and my daughter studied her entire schooling from 1st to 12th in Karnataka. Will I be eligible for Karnataka? OBC NCL reservation. Should I get a certificate? Am I eligible for it? All these queries are there. There are so many queries that come up during the entire process of counseling, especially when you don't have clarity on the process, on the eligibility, and what you would get. There will be a lot of queries. It is complicated, but by understanding the entire process step by step, you have another 6 weeks before possibly the counseling intimation to come in, and possibly another 8 weeks before the counseling starts. And that is an ample time of around 60 days, through which, when you put an effort to understand the entire process, know what is to be done during those 60 days to be prepared for the counseling, you will be able to crack it. And that is where our help comes in. We support you through the entire process. We will take you through a complete guide on how to manage the counseling. We have developed a framework ourselves on how to manage the entire counseling. We will share that with you. What are the seats available? Under which counselings are these seats available? The entire list. How do I go and map? Currently, you would be watching YouTube videos to figure out these are the institutes and this is the cutoff and these are the marks that they went for last year. But beyond that, there is not much information on how you approach the counseling in terms of multiple rounds. What is the process and sequence of counselings? Is it only limited to my state? There are multiple options available across India. 1,03,000 seats are available. If somebody gives me a number saying that out of these you are eligible for 32,000 seats and this is what you need to do, that will be an excellent solution. Is that available somewhere? How do I approach it that way? Out of the entire set of seats, these are eligible for me, these are affordable for me, these are what I am going to target. A simple method or a framework for that. How do I evaluate seats? I have 10 different options of institutes. I have asked 5 different people and they have given me multiple opinions. How do I collate all that opinions and correctly decide by looking at more information that will help me decide? Certificates and documents required. What are the certificates that I should be ready with if I am applying for these counselings? What is the process of the counseling? Even if I am ready with everything on the day of the counseling, beyond that there is an entire 2 months where the counseling process runs, 2 to 2.5 months. How do I manage that part? And how do I make decisions with more information, better information, right information, quick information throughout the process? That is what we will take you through. First, we will look at it step by step. Now you have your marks, correct? You have your marks. The biggest question is, everywhere, wherever you go, in any YouTube video, in any Telegram group, WhatsApp group, the first question is, my marks is this, will I get this institute, or what will I get in counselings? How do I approach that? It is not easy going through 20 different YouTube videos of 20 different states. It is not easy to predict marks versus ranks. We will get into that and we will tell you how you approach it till you get your actual rank. Marks versus ranks, what is the confusion? We will address that first. You have your marks and your current question would be, what would be my rank for this mark, which is, will it change based on last year? For instance, last year 700 marks, you see 2024 marks and you see 2023's ranks for those marks in this view. So you have 700 marks, a candidate with 700 marks was at rank 300 last year. Similarly, a candidate with 650 marks was at rank 7000 last year. And so on. If you look at 450 marks, the candidate was at 1,63,000 last year. This is last year's data. This year they say that the difficulty level is higher. Who says? The coaching center say, a lot of feedback from candidates say, which means the clustering happens somewhere else, correct? Now for my marks, what will be my rank? Which means how many people will be above me is what will determine my competition, correct? Simple. That is why we are looking at ranks. Marks alone is not enough. You need to get your rank to look at how you are approaching the entire counseling. If you look at the predictions that are done by multiple coaching centers, here is a list of predictions which are done by coaching center 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last week, over the last week, either through YouTube videos, we have pulled that out. If you look at those predictions, if I am taking a mark of 700, between these coaching centers, what they say as the rank for 2024 is 200 by one coaching center, 500 by another coaching center and 50 by another coaching center. Now that itself, we don't know the methodology, we don't know how they predicted and whether somebody will be able to get enough sample to predict for 24 lakh participants is a question. The same demographic sample needs to be taken. Most who predict today do it either for getting in leads or for ensuring that there is something put up in the portal without possible statistical analysis. You can see that over here for 600 marks, last year's were 29,000 and the predictions are around 21, 22 and one's coaching center has predicted 15,000. Similarly, there is a lot of variations. At the end of, on June 14th, what will happen is, one of them will claim that I have been right in all the buckets except one bucket. This range clustering alone we missed out, everything else was right. Rest of them won't be responding because theirs might be wrong. So what is the right way now? Should I wait till June 14th? No, you are losing 2 weeks. So how do I look at this entire thing and try to figure out what I will get? That is what we will suggest for you now. I have my marks alone. How do I convert it into ranks? So first you have your mark range. Look at, let us say my mark range was 600. What was it in 2023 is what I will look at. It was 29,000 and I know that the difficulty level was slightly higher this year. But competition was 20% higher. 20 lakhs possibly to 24 lakhs is what the competition is. So look at marks versus actual rank range last year and also look at what others have predicted. We are not saying that they will be right, but last year for 600 marks it was 29,000. This year everybody has predicted between 15,000 to 21,000 with some people clubbing around 21,000. They might have used the same tools or same methods, but this is what it is. So for me, if I look at it, I will generate an expected rank, not a rank range for me, and this will not necessarily be your actual rank, but will give you a large range to check now what is possible. you can assume that it might not go far beyond this rank range. We will take an actual example and tell you how we have done it for a candidate and ask them to work with the different rank ranges. Like Akash, who is our subscriber for Zynet, he is expecting a mark of 612 based on the answer key and the OMR sheet correlation. And now we went through multiple coaching center sources. The sources said that this rank might be, his rank might be anywhere between 15,000 to 18,000. We are still a little apprehensive about it, because 2023 actual ranks were 21,900 to 22,600 for what? 612 marks. You would have your marks. You can check in different coaching centers predictions or YouTube videos. You will know that there is a rank range that is mentioned over here, and you will also know what it was last year. This year there has been additional competition, and there has also been the difficulty level was slightly higher. So whether they compensate, we don't know. For a rank range, we would suggest anywhere between the lowest and the highest. I would assume between 15,000 and 22,600, which is the last year's higher rank range, and whatever was the best predicted by the coaching center. This is some rank range that Akash, we had suggested Akash to go ahead and check. So you can also do the same. When you take up a rank range at a later point in time, let us say your actual ranks comes out to be 16,000, 17,000. You would have already gone through the data and figured out what you need to do for 16,000 rank. So instead of looking at rank range, looking at it from a curiosity perspective, prepare a rank range which might be the right one and then go ahead. In this scenario, we suggested to Akash that it might be 15,000 to 22,000, but know that this even might change, but at least start now with this rank range. It is a 7,000 rank range, we know that, but still a lot of effort can be put in and you can be prepared if you get this rank range. If you want to shorten it, if you want to lower the gap and make it a shorter rank range, it is up to you. Now after the results on June 14th, till June 14th, Akash would work on this rank range. After the results on June 14th, obviously Akash would get a rank. Let us say that rank is 18,100. In this scenario, the first thing that would happen is you would see a lot of YouTube videos claiming that they had predicted everything right. Second thing you would see is a lot of confusion on what will be possible for this particular rank ranges in this year. Many factors come into play: increase in seats, state's performance, and the preference of candidates, etc. A lot of different factors come into place, but what we have is 18,100 very clearly as a rank. We move into what videos will tell you or what others will tell you is two things. One, rank 21,000 last year got 612 marks. This year 18,100 has got 612 marks. So how do you approach it? One level of confusion. Last year rank 18,100 got 620 marks. So now how do I approach it? That is the second level of confusion. Should I take 620 marks as reference, or should I go with 1800 as reference? Is a confusion that everybody has. Now this has nothing to do with the marks that you have are not relevant at all after you get your rank, except in very few scenarios. But golden rule one is, once you get your ranks, go with your ranks. It doesn't matter whether last year's 620 marks had got the same rank or not. You may be able to equate, but don't do that at all. What matters is, if your rank is 18,100, like last year's 18,100 candidate who had 18,099 candidates above him or her, you will also have 18,099 candidates competing with you. That is all that matters. So when you have 18,099 candidates competing against you, exactly you have to refer to last year's 18,100 rank or a rank range surrounding that for reference. What do you have? You have historical data for reference, 2023's information, 2022's information on 18,100's possibilities, correct? What they got for 18,100 in your state or in All India Counselling. That is what you need to clearly refer to. So again emphasizing, once your actual ranks are out, take that rank which is your All India rank, which will be out on June 14th, and fix it up. Forget your marks. Your marks are no longer relevant unless you are an NCC candidate or somewhere else you get a percentage on marks. In almost all the state counselings, it is your ranks that matter. This is relevant for all India counselling. First, 18,100 means 18,099 candidates. Everybody can compete in all India counselling. They will be competing against you like last year. Some of them might not, but it is similar to last year. Second is your state counselling rank. The state ranks will be published after the state counselling registrations are over. June 14th, results. 1 month later, the counselling might start. The registration process for the counselling, state counsellings might start 2 or 3 weeks later. 1.5 months later is when the counsellings will start. So in this scenario, you will have to wait another 2 weeks for registration to start and then the merit list to be published, which means possibly by July first week or July mid. That is the earliest you will know your state ranks, which means which will give you information on how many candidates are above you in your state. But you have your all India rank with you. With your all India rank and the category that you belong to, you will be able to generate possibilities for your state. This will give you a better reference. Till then, do the same thing, but do that for a larger rank range. All that matters, finally emphasizing, is the number of candidates above you and your rank. So now what to do, right? 14th, after 14th, yeah, I have a strategy, I have my rank in place. Now what do I do? What does Akash do? Akash has a rank range, and Akash goes in and looks at possibilities. Possibilities is what every query is on. Now the queries we look at are classified into either eligibility related queries, possibility related queries, or affordability related queries. Strictly follow this framework, and we suggest very strongly, this has been a very established framework. Look at eligibility of every counselling first and what institutes that you are eligible for. Second, look at all possibilities within those eligibility. In a counselling, you might be eligible for a particular quota only, and then look at what was possible for your rank in those counsellings. And then look at the fee structure, the work environment, the location, etc., all other factors, whether it is affordable from a fee perspective or whether it is affordable from a distance and other factors perspective, you will have to evaluate. So first thing is, list down what all counsellings I am eligible for. So we are saying what all counsellings you are eligible for. How do I list down? I know my rank range and I need to know which are the different institutes or seats that are available. We will take you through every seat that is available in India today, the 1,03,000 seats that were available last year, plus another long list of increase in seats, possibly to the extent of another 5,000 seats which might come up across India or even more, for which approvals are pending. So what are the MBBS seats that are available? For Akash we will have a look at, and that will give you an idea of the complete list of seats, and post that look at the possibilities. Where are these seats falling under and how can I look at the possibilities? We are looking at eligibility first, possibility next, and then the affordability of the seat very clearly. How many counsellings are there? There is one all India counselling. This part you can come back at any point in time to this webinar and then look at the complete list of seats for clarity. Even if it is confusing at first, if you go through that, you will be very clear, because missing out a seat is a huge impact in your career. Don't miss that out. Go through this multiple times to get everything clarified. There is one all India counselling. Which seats are under all India counselling? Any seat that is of central nature is under all India counselling, plus a few set of seats which are specific to domicile, etc. Leave that alone. Any seat that is central in nature is under all India counselling, which means every candidate across India is eligible for these seats irrespective of domicile, irrespective of which state you belong to. If you are an Indian citizen, you are eligible for this set of seats. That is what all India counselling is for, conducted by MCC. All the states are under seats, a set of seats for all India counselling. There are 40 plus state counsellings, 42 in fact, state counsellings. Some states have 2 counsellings and some states have only 1 counselling, totaling to 40 states plus union territories. Now these state counsellings have seats, government seats, private seats. Which ones will I be eligible for? If my rank range doesn't get me a government seat in any of these counsellings, can I look for private seats in the state counsellings? Which are the states will I get a seat and what is the cost? That you need to understand. And then there are central pool seats. We will not cover the central pool seats in this particular webinar, because that is a very small set of seats, but the criteria and the eligibility, etc., needs a longer discussion. So we will ignore that as of now. But there are a central pool of set of seats which we will share in our groups, in our WhatsApp and the Telegram groups later. So you can have a look at those seats. We'll come to that in the next webinar. Now we look at it from the type of institutes offering MBBS. Whenever you look at an institute, what do you look at? I know that there is a medical college near me. This is the best medical college in my state. This is the best deemed university in my state. That is how you look at, right? So these institutes are categorized into different based on the authority that manages these institutes. Like state government institutes. You have Seth GS in Mumbai, correct? So you have Madras Medical College in Chennai. Yes, you have Bangalore Medical College in Karnataka. So based on these, whether they come under the state authority or not, we have a whole list of state government institutes which are managed by the state government. Basically, that is the authority. That is why they are called state government institutes. 15% of every state government institute seats goes into All India quota, which is a central pool. So like we have listed down here, 15% goes into All India quota. Central pool, everybody can participate. The rest 85% comes into the state for the state government quota. How they conduct the counselling for the state government seats, we will come to a later point in time. Currently, we know that 15% goes into All India quota, which means Bangalore Medical College, let us say there are 150 seats or 200 seats, 15% goes into All India quota. Next, we have central universities or institutes. Basically in Delhi, there are around 5 institutes in Delhi, which come under the central university. DU has 3 institutes and IP University has 2 institutes. These offer seats of which 15% come under again All India quota. So those 2 everybody can avail. 85% of these seats are for DU or IP state quota. For example, in those institutes, MAMC, let us say, is an institute under Delhi University, you have 85% for DU or IP, Delhi candidates. So those are outside the purview of other candidates. Other candidates can't take those seats. Next, you have AIIMS. The top institute, obviously you would know, is AIIMS Delhi, the most preferred institute. 100% of AIIMS seats are open. There might be around 2,100 AIIMS seats. Everything is open for everyone except for a small set of 7 seats for foreign nationals in AIIMS Delhi. So all AIIMS seats come under open, AIIMS open category. These terms you will get to know when you are participating in All India Counselling. You need to get to know. We are go through this multiple times to get to know these terms. And you have BHU, Banaras Hindu University is a central university. There is one medical college, Institute of Medical Sciences, which has around 100 seats. All these seats are open for all. So whenever we say All India quota or whenever we say open seats, it means every candidate across India will be eligible for those seats. AFMC Pune, Armed Forces Medical College Pune, any ranking anywhere you take, possibly the second or the third best college in the country, 145 seats are open. But there is a separate process beyond the All India Counselling. You have to register in All India Counselling and there is a separate process which happens for AFMC Pune. They also have 5 nominee seats, but as of now 145 seats are open. If you are interested in Armed Forces Medical College, then apply for Armed Forces Medical College, one of the best institutions in the country. These are open for all. It has a boys-girls split, but it is open for all. Then you have JIPMER, possibly the second best institute as far as the preference order goes with candidates in All India Counselling. 2/3 of the seats of JIPMER are open for all. There are 2 campuses in JIPMER, Puducherry and Karaikal. The rest of the seats, 33%, are only for JIPMER, for Pondicherry residents, based on Pondicherry residence criteria. You have Aligarh Muslim University, JNMC Aligarh, which has another set of seats. 42% of these seats, 42.5% are available for open category. They are available as AMU open seats. Rest are either NRI or for AMU internal quota, those who have studied in Aligarh Muslim University. And finally, we get to another set, which is ESIC medical colleges. There are around 11 medical colleges offering 466 seats under All India quota, minimum of 15%, some offer higher. So within these ESI colleges in your state, let us say you are from Karnataka, ESI Bangalore and ESI Gulbarga has seats. Let us say you are from Haryana, ESI Faridabad has seats. Of these, there are seats which are available under state quota, which is under state counselling, but there are seats available under All India quota as well, which is 15%. Everything that we looked at here, over here, completely over here, all these are government institutes or quasi-government institutes, whatever we have looked at. So what have they got? Everybody contributes some seat or the other to open for everyone, correct? So any government institutes, anything that is of government, of the nature of government institutes, contribute to open seats, and these can be availed in All India Counselling, which means even if you have a minor chance, you need to apply for All India Counselling if you are interested in any of these seats. These are all government seats. Now, next thing that we obviously most of those who are in the mid rank range would look at is private seats. Where are my private seats? In which states do they belong to? How are they allotted? One thing that we would like to clarify here is none of the seats are allotted directly by the institute. And the Supreme Court has made a clear order that every counselling has to be online. So if some agent is approaching you or somebody is approaching you, take proper caution before even proceeding. The Supreme Court order we will discuss at a later point in time in the presentation. None of the private or deemed university seats are allotted through an offline counselling at institutes. There are 3 or 4 states which still don't follow it, but they are not following a Supreme Court order. They might be forced to follow from this year too. So just have this information with you before falling prey to agents. We will look at the private seats now. First set is the deemed universities. There are around 51 deemed universities across India. 51 deemed universities have a whole list of around 9,000 odd seats available with them, which are available through All India Counselling. All these seats are open for everyone, anybody. Let us say there is a deemed university in Maharashtra, deemed university in some state like let us say Kerala, there is a deemed university in Karnataka. Everything is available for everyone in India who is an Indian citizen through All India Counselling. No deemed university seat comes under the state counselling. This is for a set of 51 institutes. This you can avail through All India Counselling. These are split into 2 parts. One is paid seats, which we usually call management quota seats, which are a slightly lower fee structure. A far higher fee structure, which is 15 lakhs plus, but lower fee structure than the NRI seats, which are 15%. NRI seats will be a far higher fee structure. Management quota or paid seats will be a lower fee structure, starting from possibly 15 lakhs onwards, and while the government seats will possibly be anywhere below 1 lakh, maybe even up to 1000 rupees or 1500 rupees. Now these seats come under All India Counselling. There is only one exception as far as deemed universities are concerned. There are 6 deemed universities in Karnataka which contribute to state counselling. We said 100% come under All India Counselling. There is one exception where 6 institutes come under Karnataka state counselling. A small percentage only, around 200 seats come under Karnataka counselling. And then you also have one institute, Tata Manipal Institute in Jharkhand, which also has a 50% seat contribution to Jharkhand counselling. So if you are from these states, Karnataka or Jharkhand, look at those institutes in your state counselling as well. We will explain that at a later point in time, or as we move forward, we will also share that information. Then we have the private institutes. A large chunk of possibly even just around 50,000 seats across India, almost 50% of seats come under private institute list. 50,000 seats in all the states are allotted through the state counselling. When you look at a private institute, like deemed are allotted under All India Counselling, any private institute is allotted only through the state counselling. None of the seats come to All India Counselling. All these government, we saw they come under All India, and a percentage may come under the state quota, correct? But private institutes, all seats are allotted through the state counselling. So if you are looking at a private institute, like let us say you are looking at PSG as a private institute in Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Haryana, look at that particular state's counselling. Even if you don't belong to that particular state, look at that state's counselling. So that is how we need to proceed as far as private institutes are concerned. You will now have a query, obviously, correct? This is all fine, I understand this concept. How do I look at All India quota? How do I look at these institutes, correct? We said that all those marked in red over here, these are open for all, correct? Any point in time you come back, you see all those marked in red, those are available in All India quota or under All India Counselling, open for everyone. Those marked in blue over here, they are under the state quota, correct? And this small set of seats, internal seats, ESI insured persons, or 85% DU seats, Pondicherry resident seats are available under the All India Counselling, but not for everyone. It is only for those residents. Center conducts the counselling along with the All India Counselling. If you are not eligible for those, don't need to worry about it. But if you are a Pondicherry resident, then you can apply for these seats as well in the All India Counselling. Similarly, if you are an ESI insured person, by third you will have to apply for a certificate and apply for All India Counselling. The query is, how do I get a list of these institutes and what are the numbers. These are the numbers. You can take a snapshot now in terms of the total numbers available in each of these institutes. You can see that almost 50,000 state government institute seats are there and a whole lot of around 45,000 private institute seats are there. This is expected to move up over the next with the increase now, and a total of around 55,000 private plus deemed university seat across. And you can see the number of institutes too in each of these categories. Query: I am going into All India Counselling. You have mentioned all these seats that come under All India Counselling. Can you give me a snapshot of what is available under All India Counselling when I go into All India Counselling? This is a snapshot of the seats that are available under All India Counselling. What comes under All India quota? 15% from state and central universities, IP university, ESI. See, everything put together, 7,700 seats are available from 355 medical colleges under All India Counselling. Who is eligible? Anybody who is qualified for NEET UG is eligible, but note that for government seats, they usually close at a rank range, let us say around 25k, 30k or around that rank range. Depending upon the state, the seats close. Open seats in AIIMS, JIPMER, BHU, we saw these seats, right? What percentage of these seats also we looked at. Those are available under All India Counselling, 2,513 seats. All universities are very good institutes. Usually all the central government institutes are really good. AFMC Pune available through All India Counselling, but there is a specific counselling happens at AFMC. You have to register an MCC for All India Counselling in this website and then go to AFMC Pune for a test on English language, an aptitude test and an interview followed by a medical fitness criteria test. Internal seats which are available only for those candidates, JIPMER for only state court, for only JIPMER Pondicherry residents, ESI for ESI, IP, etc. So those are around 1,368, and you have deemed management, and there is a small set of Jain minority, Muslim minority seats under deemed and NRI seats. At any point in time, you can come back over this and check on what seats are available where. Now you also have central reservation available for these seats. These are quota. Like we said, All India quota and open seats, AFMC Pune, everybody is eligible for. Within that quotas, what we call as category based reservation is applicable. What is a category? Let us say All India quota has 7,700 seats in total. Out of these, OBC category non-creamy layer would have 27% of seats. So if you belong to OBC non-creamy layer, you get exclusively those 27% of seats. So that is what is a category. Similarly, central reservation is applicable for all these seats. You will have 40.5% general seats and rest split as OBC, SC, ST and EWS with a horizontal 5% reservation for PWD seats. We will get into reservation later, but you know that only for these seats reservation is applicable by looking at it, right? AFMC has SC, ST reservation for up to 10 seats, but there is no reservation for deemed minority or NRI quota seats. So you can clearly see that if you are applying for deemed seats or NRI quota seats, everybody will compete together. Even if you are an OBC, SC, ST candidate, that reservation cannot be availed, or those seats are not available exclusively for those candidates. The total seats are around 21,588. This is based on last year. We expect an increase of at least another 1,500 seats minimum in All India quota, maybe around 500 to 1,000 minimum in All India quota, not more than that. Next, you have the state counsellings. This is a snapshot of the state counsellings. Where did the state counselling seats come from? Government institutes. All the state government institutes have still 85% left. ESI institutes contribute a percentage to state counselling, and every state private institute is available in the state counselling. If I take Maharashtra state counselling, every Maharashtra state government institutes 85%, every private institute seat, and the ESI seats. Maharashtra doesn't have ESI, but if there is an ESI, the ESI seats, a percentage will be available. Look at the numbers over here. This is a snapshot of the number of seats that are available. We have listed on the top 6. There are around 40 odd counsellings, we said. Within each counselling, there will be seats available, totaling to around 89,000 or odd seats, which possibly even includes a little bit of additional seats which are available, 42,000 to 44,000 around seats which are available. This includes a bit of deemed university seats as well. Now, what does this mean in total? We have the entire snapshot of seats that are available. We need to go through All India Counselling, look at information on what seats will be available for you, which ones I am eligible for within these, and then look at the possibility for these seats, correct? Second, we also need to look at the state counsellings and look at the same information. Now what happens over here is, when we look at this entire information, we will want to know very simply, this is all fine, I want to know which institute belongs to which council, correct? That is the simplest way to look at it. And which institute closed at which rank, and what is the fee structure. Your eligibility gets covered by checking on which institute belongs to which counseling, correct? Your possibility gets covered by looking at whether that institute was available at your rank, and your affordability gets covered by looking at the fee and other factors. That is what we will be looking at. So before that, we will need to understand the eligibility, right? When we are looking at that, we will need to understand the different eligibility. So when Akash comes to us and asks us, what am I eligible for? This is what we will be listing down for the state counselings for Akash. All India, we have already gone through. States, the numbers are here. We'll be listing down this. The state government institutes, for the government institutes in the states, most of the states, almost all the states you can take, will allow only candidates who fall under some of these criteria. They will not allow any another state candidate to come in and take seats in their state government institutes. They will not allow that. You should either possibly be a native origin or you should be a domicile or a resident of that particular state. You should have lived in that state for some years, or you should be origin from that state but living somewhere else. You should be a native of that state. This is one criteria that some states use. Second, government school, you should have studied in a government school in that state. That is some criteria some states use. You should have done your education. You might not be a native of that state, but if you have done 10 years of your education, 7 years, 5 years of your education, last 4 years, last 2 years, then they allow you to participate in the state government seats within that particular state. Your parents are employed in a PSU, state government, central government. Your father is a freedom fighter, you were a ward of a freedom fighter, ex-serviceman, you are a ward of ex-serviceman, police personnel, single girl child, Jammu and Kashmir immigrant in that particular state. You belong to a backward area, quotas are available for that particular set of people. You can list down, you have completed you are a sports person, you belong to the NCCs, quotas are available for those set of people. Female reservation is available, minority candidates reservation is available. Usually 1, 2, 3, 4 what you see over here is the criteria. Any one of these can be the criteria, or there can be multiple clauses. You can either have a nativity, or if you don't have a nativity, you might have an education done. So each state has specific eligibility criteria. We will take you through the entire information at a later point in time for each state, but you know that these are the criteria. If you have an association with a state, please go ahead and check. You are working somewhere in a PSU. Don't miss out. Just go ahead and check if there is some provision for a person who is working in a public sector unit in that particular state. You are employed for 10 years in the army in a particular state. You go ahead and check whether you are eligible for some reservation. You own property. Some states even provide reservation eligibility based on having worked there, having property for the last 5 years there, etc. That is for the government institutes. Now for private institutes, usually private institutes surrender a percentage of seats to government quota, to state government quota based and the fee and eligibility. What is the advantage when they surrender to state government quota? Those who are eligible only for the government quota seats will have an advantage because the others cannot compete, correct? For private institute seats, only they will be able to compete. Other state candidates cannot come in and compete, those who don't fall under this criteria. Second, in some states, these seats come at a lower fee range than the other management quota seats, what is usually called the management quota seats. So this advantage you can look at for your state, what you are eligible for in case there is a government quota in the seat. Second is, there are the other set of private institute seats, like those who are not, which are not contributed, usually are called management quota seats. There might be multiple levels, there might be multiple buckets, one at a lower fee structure you are eligible for, then at a higher fee structure that you are eligible for. So once these are over, the rest gets picked up. So look at multiple management quota seats, and there are a lot of states which open up seats for candidates across India, like let us say Maharashtra, let us say Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Karnataka. Every one of these states, even another 10-15 states, open up a percentage of seats, small set of seats, 15, 20, 30 in each institute, for on an all India basis. That is only among the private institutes. Nobody would give you a government seat if you are from a different state, but this will be available, and these are called open states, and you can look at all these seats if you are interested in private institutes across India. There are many states which have these seats, and people miss out without knowing that they will have to apply right from the beginning. So right even before the counselling start, look at this information. NRI quota is available. Some states deemed as an NRI quota, deemed universities which we talked about, they have an NRI quota based on a Supreme Court order on who can sponsor you. But some states have a specific NRI quota. NRI sponsorship is not allowed. There will be specific criteria saying that those who are NRIs will be given first preference. Those who are children of NRI will be given second preference, and only they can attend. Haryana has a 7-level eligibility criteria. So depending upon the criteria, the preference priority of seats allotment happens. So each state has a different criteria for NRI. If you are an NRI, we will run a separate session for NRIs alone, but be aware that every state has at least some seats for NRI and you can avail those, but before that you will have to look at the eligibility criteria and decide. Staff quotas are there, minority quotas are there, Malayalam, Telugu, Tulu, Kannada minority, Muslim minority, religion based minority, Christian minority, Hindu minority seats in Jammu and Kashmir, all these are available. You can avail those, but usually these are only for those candidates who are within those states. Then we come to reservation. These are all quotas, a bucket which is available for a set of people. Now state will have a reservation. So within this quota, government quota let us say, the state will have a reservation and state will look at that information, give you that information saying that this is a reservation. This is usually only for usually what we call as open seats, backward class seats or most backward class seats, BCA, BCB, depending upon the state. This will be available only in government institutes. But note that some states offer reservation even in the management seats, but except for one state, no other state possibly offers reservation for other state candidates. You are from the state of Tamil Nadu and you go into Maharashtra and you are looking at institutional quota or management seats, you will not be able to get the reservation if Maharashtra offers. That is not possible. So depending upon whether first Maharashtra has reservation in private seats, you will have to look at that. Then if you are a Maharashtra candidate only, you will be eligible for reservation. So not if you are from another state, you are going for open seats, know that there is no reservation. We will also come back on the single state possibly which offers reservation in their counselling for other state candidates. Now we will look at, now this is understood, right? For each state you have a different quota available. We will just quickly take you through how we are going to look at this entire information in perspective. We have a complete information on what is quota, what is eligibility. Akash had actually come to us a long time back, so he had gone through all this information, be it like other subscribers too that we have. Now Akash knows that he is between 15,000 to 22,000. That is what we had decided as a rank range that we will be looking at. And Akash also knows that he is from Kerala. He is an origin of Kerala and has moved to Karnataka over the last few years. They moved 4 years back and they have done their, Akash has done his schooling in Karnataka for the last 4 years. I repeat, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th till PUC, Akash has done in Karnataka. But his parents are origin of Kerala and he was born and brought up in Kerala. First thing Akash knows is he is eligible for All India Counselling, because All India Counselling has AAQ and open seats. Everything is eligible for, he can check the rank range under All India Counselling. We will check the rank range. You can do that through either Zynet or you can also do that through any other portal that you have information on. Zynet makes it simple, but you can take a call. Closing ranks or cutoffs is what we need to look at. You would look at what is possible. The eligibility we have defined. What have we defined? Akash knows what his eligibility is. The eligibility is very clearly eligible for All India quota, AIIMS open seats, and the Akash has not studied in Delhi, so Delhi quota is not available. Eligible only for these open seats that exist today. Akash is not currently interested in deemed, which he is eligible for, so he picks up all the other eligibilities and checks what would be the possibility. Interested only in MBBS, so selects MBBS, and Akash belongs to the open category. If Akash belongs to the OBC category seats too you would check, right, which ranks they closed for. Currently in this scenario Akash belongs to the open category, so we are looking at the open category seats. What did I filter upon? The entire list of seats. Now Akash also can look at what is the rank range within which seats were available. Beyond 15,000, tell me all those seats that were available in these categories, and open category is what we need to look at. Now very clearly you will be able to see those set of seats which are between 15,000 rank range onwards. You can have a look at this. Now this entire information is available on the portal. West Bengal, this medical college open category under All India Counselling. All India Counselling, All India quota, open category, Malda Medical College was available. How many seats were available? 280 seats were available, of which first best seat possibly by closing rank is Malda Medical College, and you have it at 15,148 in which round? Round 1, round 3 over here. Again explaining, here in West Bengal, Malda Medical College open category seats under All India quota, seats were available till 12,000 in round 1, till 14,989 in round 2, till 15,148 in round 3. So now you see, click on this, you will see all the 7 seats. There is a number in the bracket. 7 seats were available under open category. All the 7 seats are listed by rank over here. So Akash knows that if his rank is 15,000, this might have been possible last year. Minor changes based on increase in seats might be available, but usually it is very consistent because All India seat increase is only 15%, which will come to possibly around max 1000 seats, not more than that, 1000 to 1500 seats. Now 15,000 is what this was available. To be on a better range, this is sorted by round 3 closing rank. To be on a better range, as Akash moves up, you will see seats that were available at Assam, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Odisha, etc. at this rank range. You will see that these are not the best of seats, and in case I want to filter out, Akash belongs to the state of Kerala. Akash wants to check if any seat was available in Kerala. He is currently in Karnataka. You can just check if any seat was available in Karnataka and list down the list of seats that were available in Karnataka. These were the list of seats that were available in Karnataka and Kerala. You can list them down and check on those seats and which rank ranges they were available. Now he has an idea that if I want to get Karnataka or Kerala, my rank should somewhere come between 20,000, or to be safer side, it should be 18,000. These are the closing ranks or the cutoffs. So this entire information is available along with the fee structure of these institutes and the updated fee structure which we will update, that will be available. You can also look at the fee structure and take a call. Akash wants to take a chance. Okay, fine, I am getting a below average institute, but it is affordable for me. What is affordable for me? Deemed is affordable for me. What should I do now? Can I go for the best deemed university? In case, usually people don't take a chance, but there are very few people like doctors, kids of doctors, etc. who do that. Deemed university, excellent deemed university in my place, will it be available? Yes, for the deemed universities close, the best deemed university closes at 51,200. You can see the entire All India rank, the set of people who have taken. Even somebody who was ranked 367 had taken Kasturba Medical College in All India round 3. You can clearly see that. Do you see that? So this, what does it say? Kasturba is an excellent medical college. I am okay with shelling out 17.8 lakhs to pick up a far good seat in Kasturba Medical College. What this also gives you is, let us say I want to go ahead and check under All India quota in a state that I don't know, correct? In a state that I don't know, under open category, I don't have any idea about which state, Assam or West Bengal, let us say West Bengal and Assam. Which are the better seats in Assam or West Bengal? How do I look at it? I have a lot of confusion. This gives you a proper sorted order of institutes in terms of preference of last year candidates. RG within whatever it is possible for you within this rank range, this is the best set of institutes that were available last year, and that too was available possibly in round 3 or round 4. This information is available for you to get information. This is not to say that you have to use Zyner, but this is the approach that you have to follow. Take your rank range, look at your possibilities, look at the affordability. You know your eligibility is these quotas, your affordability is only this, deemed is not affordable, remove those seats, look at the rest and then pick up the choice list. Let us say I picked up these lists as choices. I am interested in these seats, okay, I am interested in these 4 seats, I am not interested in these. Add this as a choice, you can write it down with a pen and a paper and then move on and have them listed out somewhere. That is the best method to start working on data. You will have your eligibility based set of seats here. Now Akash has another confusion. He has looked at all India seats. Now I want to look at Karnataka and Kerala. Akash scenario is he has studied only for 4 years in Karnataka, but he has studied for how many, his origin is from Kerala. 4 years in Karnataka does not make Akash eligible for government seats. How does he know? Either he goes through that, or we have all the eligibilities. We'll be sharing it separate counseling sessions over a period of time for exclusively. So during the sessions we'll also clearly tell you which quotas you will be eligible for, and Akash knows that Karnataka he is not eligible for because he has only completed 4 years. 7 years minimum is required. Education is required in Karnataka, and one should have done their 10th or 12th in Karnataka. Under other clauses too, he is not eligible. So he goes ahead and assumes he applies only for Kerala. So what is next to be done? Under Kerala, Akash will have to look at what is the possibility in Kerala for my rank. A simple process. You go through YouTube videos, each one you will have to go through separately, or you go through some consolidated list, that is also fine. He is looking at government seats in Kerala and looking at what are the categories. The categories are listed, are different for each state, and you will have to know which category is what to decide. So here Akash figures out that as far as these set of seats under Kerala are concerned, I am looking at 15,000 plus, and these are the seats that were available, but they were available in round 4, not in round 2. In round 2 only dental seats were available. I am interested only in MBBS. So I filter out and figure out that only in round 4 seats were available. Round 4 seats were available, so there is a consideration. Should I go till round 4 or should I go till round 3? These questions need to pop up now so that you take your decisions. Don't get into those at the time of counseling. Go through the entire data and get those list of questions. Like round 2 I won't, round 3 I won't get. What is the risk in going to round 4 and I don't get a seat? Will I lose everything else? Like I would have got a Assam seat in All India Counselling, like I said. Instead, should I wait for Kerala is a question. Next, Akash also moves to Karnataka and figures out what is possible in Karnataka. Karnataka, he doesn't understand what are the different quotas. He can go through the entire part and look at the closing ranks of Karnataka. Now, or the eligibility of Karnataka. Karnataka, Akash is not eligible for government seats, we said, but Akash is eligible for open seats, other seats, open quota. Candidates from all over India are eligible. So he looks at other seats or Q category and open quota seats. So he can filter out on open category and again look at what was available above 15,000. This rank range can be changed any time at a later point in time. When let us say it becomes 18,000, you can come back and change. But by the time you will be very clear about how to approach this entire thing. Views results only for MBBS, and now Karnataka. He is able to see at what fee range, what seats were available at 15,000 onwards, and some of the best seats possibly might have been available, like St. John's Bangalore might have been available at 23,000. Should I take St. John's Bangalore at 7 lakhs compared to an average Assam or a West Bengal less preferred seat, or a better seat in Kerala in round 4? These queries need to come up right away so that you take decisions. Now, this is the entire way to look at the information. We will be running sessions continuously on these states and their eligibility criteria in detail. For each state, you will have 10 different quotas. For each quota, what is the eligibility criteria? Which all can you attend? That will be run by us. But right now, Akash has decided to list down the set of states that are available, and Akash has filtered down onto a list of institutes that he can look at. And this choice list is also available. That is where you need to be before the counseling starts. You will need to have a list of choices either in a piece of paper or in Zynote or anywhere. A list of choices should be available with you, saying that these are my eligible choices. Now I have this complete list of choices. I go to my choice list and I have this complete list of choices, right, which are available for me. Now how do I look at this list of choices? Is this the right order? I don't know. Correct? This is somebody else's preference order. It is sorted by somebody else's last year preference order. Already it is sorted. Zynote sorts it for you. But should I use the same preference order? I have a preference of Madhya Pradesh over West Bengal. I have other factors like communication, language, etc. How do I do that? It is not a simple selection like moving one against the other. You have to look at the factors. What are the most important factors? We'll let you know. Just hold on. Our expert Noel is available. He'll share with you all the factors and also take you through something very important, which is certificates.
Hi everyone, Noel from Zynote. So now we are going to look at the factors of how to evaluate the institutes, right? So far Ashok has told you how to list down all the institutes that you're interested in, where to look at, what all counselings that you need to approach, etc. So now we look at the factors that you need to prioritize the institutes and put it in the choice list. Okay. So let's go one by one. First thing to look at is ranking. So how the institute is ranked. So the first approach to take is you can look at NIRF ranking or Outlook India ranking or India Today ranking. Okay. So all these different ranking approaches is going to help you to prioritize the institute. So each ranking approach will use multiple factors to give you a ranking. But one thing that you need to keep in mind is this ranking approach is limited to certain institutes. For example, in NIRF, only about 150 institutes are there in the NIRF ranking. So that is a major limitation. The second approach that you can take is going through the historical cutoff. So what I mean by that is you can look at the past year's cutoff data and determine the priority order. So why cutoffs are important is, so there are seniors who are studying at the institute. They will be providing feedback to the students who are joining, right? So using this feedback, a lot of students join institutes which are of a higher quality. So that's how this cutoff also matters. So this cutoff data is available on the Zynote portal. You can use this to prioritize and list down the choices. Second is to understand how old the college is. So on the Zynote portal, you can go into the institute info, and when the college was established, information is available. How is this important, and how is it going to help you to decide in the priority of the institute is, the older the college, it has accumulated more knowledge, more experience and more equipments. Okay, so usually how old the college is usually determines the quality of the college. Third point is academics. So when we think of academics, it is to do with teaching, research, and also what facilities and the teaching methodologies are being used. The next is infrastructure. So under infrastructure, there are, so we have to keep in mind that the facilities are important, the hostel facilities are important, and what equipments they use. Do they have the latest equipments which are available? That is also very important. That plays a major factor. The fifth is recognition. As you know, MBBS is recognized by NMC, and using NMC's recognition, you can also have an idea of which college to prioritize. And there are a lot of colleges which lose the recognition year on year. So this is a pattern. If you are seeing with a college, then you can also use this data to remove these colleges from your choices. Next is the fee structure. So most of you know that government colleges have a low fee structure compared to private colleges. And additional thing that you need to keep in mind is private colleges and deemed colleges might have additional fees or development fees that are also included. So if you are going to apply for a loan, you also need to keep that in mind. Next is the bond. So what is a bond? So bond here means service bond. So if you're a candidate who is going to study in a government institute, after the completion of the course, you will have to serve the government doing work in their government institutes, and this is the bond. So usually when you go for the admission, you will be asked to sign a bond with the institute and the state saying that you will participate in this service bond. So in case you are not participating in the service bond, you will have to pay a penalty. So you will have to keep this in mind, because there are certain states which have a higher penalty. So please take a note of this. Next is language and location and language. So what it is so if a candidate is from South India, so if they are going to North India, they are going to take some time to get adjusted to it. So most of the candidates with given time, they will be able to adapt to the scenario or the new institute and location. But some candidates will have difficulty with it. So if you're a candidate who might have a difficulty with it, you can take this into consideration. Next is internal PG quota. So certain institutes like AIMS, JIPMER, AMU, BHU, etc. has a internal PG quota. So if you're a candidate who does MBBS in that institute, you will be able to get a small quota of seats for your PG as well. And in certain states, there is a small percentage of seats which are allocated to candidates who did the MBBS from that states. So that factor is also there. So if you are a candidate who did their MBBS from Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, you will have a percentage of seats which is reserved for you when you go for the PG counseling. Finally, we come to brand value. So there are institutes like CMC and AIMS which have a very good name value. So if you go to foreign countries to pursue your PG, you will be well accepted. And in countries like Singapore, if you're a candidate who completed their MBBS from CMC, it is very easy to register and start practicing in Singapore. So these are some factors that you will have to keep in mind to decide the priority of the institutes. Next, we look at the certificates that are required. So before we go into the certificates that are required, so one important point that you need to keep in mind is that if you are interested in a particular quota, in a particular institute, in a particular state, the list of certificates that are required for these might vary, correct? So if this is the case, then you need to get these certificates ready. So as you know that when it comes to getting certificates ready for the counseling and for the admission process, this is a time consuming process. It will take anywhere from 1 to 2 months. Okay, so this is, you have next 2 weeks until the the All India rank is published. So take this time to go to Zynerd and look at your colleges that you are interested in. And using this data, you will be able to understand that for this counseling, for this quota, these are the set of documents that are required and certificates that are required. And you can start applying for these certificates and documents so that it is going to become useful for you in when there is time when it's time for counseling and admission. Okay. So saying this, I'll repeat this again. Certificates and documents will take time. So better start applying now so that when the counseling process starts, you will have these documents ready. So let's go through these documents. The first set of documents is All India counseling documents. This is the MCC counseling. So original documents will have to be taken to the institute during the joining period along with attested photocopies. First is allotment letter that is issued by the MCC. This allotment letter, you will receive it after you're allotted in an institute. Second is the admit card of the NEET exam, result or rank letter issued by the NTA, date of birth certificate, 10th class certificate, 12th class certificate, and also the 12th mark sheet. You will need to take passport size photo, 8 of them, proof of identity. It can be Aadhaar, PAN, driving license or passport. We recommend all candidates to take Aadhaar if you have it. For NRI candidates, you'll need to take the set of NRI documents. This NRI part we will cover in detail at a later webinar. For OCI PIOs, foreign national candidates, you will need to take citizenship certificate or your passport card number, and documents are also mandatory. Candidates should also take other documents which are community documents for SC, EST, OBC, EWS and PWD, and any other certificate that are important for your eligibility. For example, if you are a ESIC candidate and you are applying for the IP ward quota, then you will need to take the relevant documents, or if you are a minority certificate, you need to take your minority certificate, etc. And for state and institute specific certificates, so certain states will have certain documents that they will ask the candidates. So before you go for the joining period, do a small research and find out all the documents that are required, and please take it for the joining. Next is the state certificates. Individual state-wise documents will depend on the state. Let's look at the usual list of documents that are asked by states. So this is not specific to any state, and this is not a complete list. So this is the usual set of documents. So we'll go through it. First is the gap certificate. So few states will ask for a gap certificate. So if you're a candidate who's finished your 12th and you have taken year off for studies, then you will need to produce a gap certificate. A certificate towards nativity, residency, domicile or origin criteria. So all these documents will be required. So in case you are opting for a quota where where the eligibility is based on your parents' education or your parents' employment, those set of documents will also be required to take. So for example, if you're a candidate, you're opting for the defense category, then the set of documents that are required for that particular category or particular quota, you'll need to take them. So then there is also the state category or community certificate, minority certificate, special reservation certificate. So in certain states there is sports, NCC, ex-servicemen, freedom fighter, all these different quotas and categories are there. So there are certificates which are relevant to this. So these documents can also be taken. Next is the NRI certificates for state eligibility. This is in addition to All India eligibility. So certain states have slightly different NRI eligibility. So depending on the state that you are attending the counseling in, you need to take those set of documents. And migration certificate is also asked in certain states. So now we have completed this set of documents. So next we'll proceed to the next section.
Thank you for holding on till now. This has been an extensive session. There are a lot of things that you need to do before the counseling starts. It is not complicated, but you shouldn't be missing out anything, and that is why the emphasis on this entire sessions. We will be running other sessions as we move forward. You can also join those sessions to have information on each process, every detail of the process. We will be helping you out. So like Noel was mentioning, before the counseling process, we saw that there are two things primarily that you need to do. One, look at your possibility, eligibility, and decide on the counselings that you are planning to attend. That you can start right away, and by the time your ranks are set, within a week or so, at least by the mid of June, you will have to decide which counselings you are planning to attend based on the rank, possibly by the third week of June or so. So once you decide on that, the certificates you need to get for that counseling, you will have to decide and then get the certificates like Noel had said. Now next thing is, you will also have the complete choice list prepared. You will have 2 weeks to get the order, everything prepared for each of the counselings. And if you are attending 4 or 5 different counselings, a candidate can attend multiple counselings, you will have to do that as well. When the counseling starts, you will be prepared for the counseling by July mid or possibly by the end of July. You will be completely prepared for the counselings if you are able to do that. We will be running extensive sessions. You can join our WhatsApp group and our Telegram group. All the queries will be answered. We'll also have options of looking at the data, etc., and then figure out how it works, how the entire set of possibilities would exist, etc. You will have discussions with us. We will be able to help you through that. Now, who conducts the counseling? When the counseling starts, you are ready with all the data. I have a choice list with me. I know these counselings are there. I have my certificates. 3 things done. Who conducts the counseling? Which website should I go for the counseling? Every detail will be available in Zynet as well, or in the Telegram group or the WhatsApp group. All India counseling is conducted by MCC, and the state counselings like Tamil Nadu state counseling is conducted by the Directorate of Medical Education. There are multiple different type of authorities. For instance, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra is conducted by an examination authority. An authority that conducts examination also runs this entire counseling process. Haryana, Andhra, Telangana, Rajasthan, etc. The medical university itself conducts the counseling. So special authorities by Act. Gujarat has a special authority, Medical Education Authority of Gujarat. AFMC Pune conducts the counseling themselves. The institutes conduct the counseling. Some institutes like Sikkim Manipal, they themselves conduct the counseling for general and management seats, and NEET, RIMS, JNIMS, etc. The counselings happen in their premises by Directorate of Medical Education. So each authority you will need to know, each website you will need to know, If you are participating in 3 or 4 different counselings, how to manage the entire counselling you will have to know. We at Zynerd, you will have the complete information on Zynerd in terms of how this entire thing works. Let us say you're going into a particular counselling, you can just have a look at the complete allotments, and you will also have a dashboard which will have the complete list of notifications. Basically, when the exam starts, the results are announced by June, second week of July the counselling is expected to start, and every notification till now and deadline, today June 3rd is the deadline for submission of ESI IP quota, that will be available over here. You will be able to filter out all this information and check at one place. In case you are attending multiple counselings, and the updates of 2024 will also be available. Now once you decide on who is going to conduct this counselling, now you will also have some things to keep in mind. Every counselling has to be online as per Supreme Court order. And every counselling has to be done through an MCC or a state counselling authority for MBBS, BDS. So no agent, let us say there is an agent who comes to you and says that he will get you direct admission to an institute, very less possibilities, because only if somebody doesn't pick up a seat at the last round and 4 or 5 states which surrender to the institute, which is not as per Supreme Court order, then you will be able to get a seat. Deemed universities from last year, every allotment is done by MCC. No deemed university can allot anyone, so you directly approach a deemed university, nothing happens till the Supreme Court order is vacated. You will only be able to get a seat from the central counselling. So don't fall for any agents who say that deemed university seats, in case at the final round there will be some seats. No, since last 2 years, all the deemed university seats are completely done online, no surrender to the institute. So whoever gets a seat has got a seat from an online MCC counselling by the rank only. And similarly, private institute seats are supposed to be allotted by the state authority. There is some deviation here though, but be very cautious knowing that this year everything has to be online. Right from 2012, December 2012 after the judgment, 22 after the judgment, everything has to be online. You can attend as many counsellings as you are eligible for. We said there are, let us say, 15 plus open states. You want to try out all 15 plus open states for private institutes. You can do that. It is very difficult to manage, but still you will be able to do that. In case you think you will be able to do that, you can do that. Some people would come back and tell you that you will be able to apply for only one state counselling, one all India counselling. No, you can apply for multiple state counsellings. The issue is you cannot apply as a domicile in 2 different states. That will create problems because you can only be a domicile in one state, right? Given if there is an overlap in a period of residence, then if you are applying for 2 different states, the states would usually have a clause that you should not have applied as a native in another state. For instance, Tamil Nadu has a clause, Kerala, Pondicherry has a clause. So many states know that people commit, there are issues with people, they try to get certificates, forged certificates, etc. So there are these strong clauses. Only thing that you need to remember is if you are applying for 2 states for government seats, whether the eligibility criteria overlaps. But if you are applying for government seats in one state and multiple private institutes for multiple states for private institutes, that is very much possible. So you can do that. And the process of counselling, what we'll do now is we'll take a break for now. We have complete information on how the counselling process works. This starts only in the mid of July. We have a lot of time for that. We have complete information on how the process works, the rules of different processes. Like we said, Akash had an issue with respect to deciding between Kerala's 4th round, All India's 4th round versus Kerala's 4th round versus Karnataka 1st round or 2nd round for a better institute at a higher cost. So those will depend upon the scenarios. By the time the counselling starts, you will have to be very clear about what you have in hand. But after the counselling starts, the rules come into play. The first stage you now crack, we will be there during the second stage too to take you through the entire process. Always have one thing, irrespective of whatever rank you get, whatever marks you have got. What you are trying to do from now is, for the marks, trying to get the best seat. That you go ahead and do. Don't worry about whether the marks are less. I got 20 marks less, I expected this, etc. For this, if I play the right strategy, if I use the right strategy, I know all the rules, I attend all the counsellings that I am, even if there is a minor chance, you might be able to get the same seat that you would have got even if it had been 20 marks higher, 30 marks higher. So use that, no different, or you might go to a private institute in some other state which is very good. You might have to be there for 5 years, but very good institute. If you are able to crack that, it might even end up
better. So cracking the counselling after 5 years of hard earned effort, 6 years, 7 years of effort, last 2 years of complete efforts, this managing the counseling process will take you one notch higher in your career. So do that. Surround yourselves with positive people. Somebody keeps complaining continuously, avoid them. You will have to be in your best of in your best of minds to get the best seat and take the right options. Go with rules, don't deviate from rules. We are very ethical that way, and we always suggest that you go with rules. In case there is an issue later, it will result in years of debarment. Ignore comments or anything about rules. Go with what the authorities say, or if in doubt, you can always call us. Zynet has a call support system. You can always call us and we'll give you all the support in terms of the exact rules with references, GOs. We have gone through every GO, every act, and we have defined the entire counseling process for the last 10 years. We have gone through the counseling process for the last 10 years. Take our expertise. Evaluate seats yourselves. Irrespective of whether somebody else gives you a preference or not, always try to go ahead and meet someone or try to talk to someone in that institute, preferably from your state, and try to evaluate. If you are looking at hostels in some other state, a North Indian person coming back to South India or some other state, nearby state, look at information and try to get information from the same state, from your person from your same state. So that will give you better information on how the environment is and how it works there, and decide choices well ahead. Don't keep postponing this entire choice list till the start of the counseling. So that is pretty much from us. We will start answering a few FAQs. There were a few interesting FAQs that had come up. If you are still there, we will start answering those FAQs. Just prior to that, we will just want to tell you our NEET UG counseling packages. This is for the entire counseling session. You will have complete hand-holding for the entire counseling session. We offer it at around 2,499 plus GST. It has complete info on all India, every state counseling. There are a lot of queries that have been put up like what will I get for 600 marks, 650 marks, etc. It is a simple click ahead. You just go into the portal and you will be able to get that information. And second, you also have all allotments, closing ranks, fee details like we saw. Instantly you will be able to see all the fee details, the number of beds, about the institute, etc. The preference orders of previous years, the trends and other details, and also the allotment mapping, which is a superb tool which gives you complete information on who has taken what seats across India to map your competition, and call support till the end of the counseling. This is available only at 499, possibly till the time the results are out. It will go back to 2499. If you are interested, currently you can take up this package for all India and all states. We look at the queries and then look at answers. Some of these queries are very well answered. Like during the process of counseling too, you will have this query: at what rank did something close? At that point, when you have 2 days to take a decision, you will not be able to rely on videos, YouTube videos, or for complete comprehensive information. You just by a click you will be able to get it over here, so you can take a look at it. So there are some of the queries that we have currently. I think there was a query on Comet K for Karnataka. So Comet K for Karnataka is not there anymore. Karnataka, every state allots only through NEET UG. You are eligible for Karnataka's open seats in case you belong to another state. For open seats, open seat is a small set of seats for which the fee range may be around 7.5 to maybe around 9-10 lakhs. This set of seats you will be eligible for in Karnataka. If you are eligible for Karnataka through other education related classes, you are a Karnataka domicile, then that is different. If you are not a Karnataka domicile, the only exam that you need to attend is NEET UG. You will be eligible for open seats, and there are quite a lot of candidates who usually go to Karnataka for UG from other states through the open category allotment. You are eligible right through your NEET UG. This is the same for every state. There is no separate exam at all. NEET UG results, rank, you apply for the state for open seats. Open seats are those seats which are available for all state candidates in private institutes. Government institutes you may not be eligible. Government institutes, even Comet K did not cover. Obviously you know what Comet K is. It is a management association, right? So private institutes, it is still available in many of these private institutes. All the private institutes it is available, open seats are available. You just need to go into Zynet and check what open seats were available for your rank, and then go ahead and apply for Karnataka, no Comet K. And then we are also looking at other queries. Okay, so the difference between OBC and EWS certificate, we have run 2 sessions on this. We will also be running another session this year on OBC and EWS. See, you belong to a particular community and category, right? So let us say your caste category is X, you have your caste category. Now your caste category as far as state is concerned, will fall under some class, backward class or SC/ST or some class it will fall under. Now, OBC, NCL and EWS with respect to All India Counselling, first we will address that. OBC non-creamy layer, a candidate who's, let us say you are from Maharashtra, there is a National Commission for Backward Classes, which is a central commission. We are looking at All India Counselling's OBC category. If your caste category is in Maharashtra, because you belong to Maharashtra, in Maharashtra's list of OBC communities, which is listed down in the National Commission for Backward Classes, then you can only fall under OBC. You cannot claim EWS because you are not a general candidate. If your caste category is under the OBC list, first go check that in NCBC, then you fall under OBC non-creamy layer. If your creamy layer criteria is also satisfied, in the sense if you have less than 8 lakhs revenue for the last 3 years and other criteria like your parents, whether they are group A, group B officers. But let us say your caste category is in OBC in the central list. You don't fall under the creamy layer criteria. You cannot come under EWS because this is the rule. As such, you cannot come under EWS because your caste, you are OBC and you are non-creamy layer, you belong to a creamy layer. Irrespective of that, if your caste category is under OBC, you will not be able to come under EWS. EWS is for those candidates who are not OBC, not SC, not ST, or do not belong to any other caste category. As far as center is concerned, they do not belong to these three. Then if you have less than 8 lakhs income criteria, your family has less than 8 lakhs income criteria, use asset criteria like mentioned based on whether you own a land, plot, flat, etc. In this area, municipal area, etc. So those criteria is there, but that is only for general category candidates. EWS is for. If you belong to OBC, SC, ST, anyways there is no EWS. That is how the rule is. How it functions is possibly there is a little confusion, but that is how the rule is. EWS is only for those general category candidates who are not covered in any other caste category classification. A general category of Bihar, sir, Indrajit Kumar sir, we would suggest that we may not be able to take you through the entire thing in this session individually, because we will have to take you through that. Possibly what you can do is you can connect back with us. You can join our Telegram group too. You can post your query there. We will be able to answer that when we will also guide you to how to look at Zynerd on this. 610 possibly might fall in this rank range. Maybe usually when they predict, the predictions are always positive. Usually there is a negative impact at the end finally. Not that we are suggesting that it will be there. We don't want that to be there. But maybe at around 18,000 to 20,000 rank range, if it comes up and it is good, then possibly we had actually taken you through the entire session, right, on what was possible, etc. There were seats also available in Bihar 1 or 2. You can just check that part, and then you can also join our Telegram group. I think we would be sharing the Telegram group and the WhatsApp group links at the end of the session. Have we shared that? We can share that. Okay, so we have shared that. You can join the Telegram group and the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group will be used for communication, and the Telegram group, lots of queries are getting answered in the Telegram group. We are receiving a lot of queries directly as well on our calls. We've been supporting around 1,000 plus candidates already, so we can look at that information there. In order to check those colleges and eligibility, sir, one thing is whether I have to pay a fee of 499 or is it free? So checking the colleges and eligibility, we know that, we understand that you already would have gone through videos, etc. This is not for, we do not suggest this only for now. During the process of counseling, your decisions will be made based on, one, the eligibility rules at that point in time, and second, also the complete shift or trends that happen at that point in time. At that point in time, we would suggest that this will be a useful tool, very, very useful, because instantly you will be able to compare trends of 2023. We showed 2023. We also have 2022. Between rounds, how it has happened, and your decisions can be taken. Yes, you will have to make a payment of 499 plus taxes by June till June 14th or something. I think we are offering it, right? And after that, possibly it will move on to 2499 plus taxes, but it is only on a paid basis. This filtering, it is not only that closing ranks, it is complete management of your choice list. Every announcement, every notification of, let us say you are attending 20 counselings, everything will be available in an easily filterable format. We will be running webinars and sessions for you. We will be answering calls for you. Usually this service is available at around 25k to 1 lakh. This being not a direct personal guidance, but every information being available in the portal, we are offering it at 2,499. This will be a short term offer, 499. BAMS colleges, we are not, we actually haven't worked on the BAMS colleges. We have just started for the next year, but unfortunately we may not be able to run it for now. We can just try out that too, maybe, but very less chances given that we are completely into currently MBBS and BDS, and the team is working on that. It takes us, what you see today is around, possibly for MBBS it will be around 15.5 lakhs data points. That is what we have in the portal. Now BAMS, to collect that over the last 3 years, it takes us at least 6 months to 1 year with a team of around 10 people. So it is really hard currently to pull that up before this year, maybe for the next year. Hello sir, can I get EWS quota now? If you are a general category candidate and you fall within the criteria, you can even apply now. The certificates have to be taken after April 1, 2024 to be on the safer side. You can get an EWS certificate now, but you should have applied as EWS in the NEET UG exam to avail it in All India quota. Like, let us say in the exam you have mentioned it as general category. In All India you will not be able to change it to EWS now, even if you get a certificate. But in your state, if EWS is available, you can get EWS. If you have applied as EWS in All India, you can go get a certificate and apply as and get EWS seats benefit in All India now. If you are eligible for EWS, get all the documents, your income criteria, asset criteria will be checked, and from the Tahsildar's office you will be able to get your EWS certificates. So this is done, and any other queries, you can just post your queries. We will just let you know. The link for joining the WhatsApp group and feedback on etc. is available. You can just click on the link and then join the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is will be active. We will be sharing the entire institute list, a single PDF saying which institute belongs to which counseling, and also which quotas are available. We'll be sharing over the next week, and we will also be answering all the queries over the phone for the subscribers as well. Is there a query? Yeah, sorry. There's one more query. We'll just, how can we pay? Okay, so there are two queries. One is, sir, I have scored 670. This is from aspirant. All counseling are for private only. Asking, they only have info about private. Yeah, we do have info about AIMS. We just didn't take you through because we took up information on a rank range of 15,000 plus. We do have information on private AIMS as well. See, if you want to have information, exact information, it is always better. What we have would be complete information on where the institutes closed, when the institute started, and all sort of information. The institute info pages would also be up in another 2 weeks time, which will have complete information to the extent possible. But yes, for most of what you see is currently we are actually the leaders in PG. In PG and in UG, we see that more than 50% of those candidates who have scored far higher ranks but don't want to miss out a seat. It is very critical because let us say you have 5 different teams. Just by missing out on the choices or in terms of rules and regulations, there is a far better option that you might miss out. So we have the complete list of seats right from the beginning till the end, every information. That is where this 15.5 lakh data points come in. So we serve 670 as well. You can just check in the portal. You can go into the portal and check. There is a free trial once you register. You'll get the top few colleges. You can check and then look at AIMS as well. How can we pay? So you can. It is a simple registration, sir. You just go into the portal and register in Zynerd. You will have to register with your mobile number that you will use to log in, and after you register inside, go to the packages section. You can pay through UPI or any credit card, debit card, and immediately you will have access once the registration runs through. It is like buying something online. So it is a simple process as such. I have property in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand might not have a property based eligibility. We can check and get back to you on that. Uttarakhand might not have a property. 560 marks, a little tough to in that rank range. We have actually, it is that range where that is very close, right? You would have also seen. Just wait for your ranks, but at least go with the predictions and just look at what is possible and what might not be possible. This might be helpful. 560 is a tricky rank range. You can connect back with us for the more information in the WhatsApp group. You are unable to open the WhatsApp group link, is it? I'm not sure why there is an issue. What you can do is, in case you are not able to join the WhatsApp group link, it is fine. You can either fill in the form that is available. There is another link that is available for filling in the form, or you can send a mail to hello@zynerd.com. HELLO@zyner.com. We'll also add this, you can share that information on your phone number. We will just send across the link to the WhatsApp group. Or if you are registered, we will automatically add you to the WhatsApp group. I think the link is working. Maybe you can click from your mobile now and then check on that. How do you connect with you? How do we connect with you for a doubt? Yeah, so we are currently serving. Our operations are open. We had been open. It was open right on the day of NEET UG counseling. So you will be able to connect with us on the phone number. We have a go to zyner.com, our website. You will be able to go there and see our contact us link. Once you register, you will directly be and subscribe. You will directly reach to a subject matter expert. Otherwise, you will reach to a contact representative to whom you can ask your queries. We are open about it. You can just call us. Pretty much. Is there anything else that we opened up? Uttarakhand eligibility, we'll come back. You can join our group and post this query as well there. Uttarakhand eligibility, we don't have property based eligibility. I think Punjab has, Chandigarh has property based eligibility. That is what we had mentioned. But we will check and get back. That is what is very tricky about this entire process. Some states, somewhere really, I mean, there is a state which offers quota for journalists who have worked there. So it is that tricky. So we'll just check and get back so that we don't miss out. But I mean, to our knowledge, there is nothing, but before we say no, we will have to be 100% clear. We have our eligibility criteria clearly listed on. We'll check and get back. You can join our group. All of you can join our Telegram and WhatsApp groups. That will be really helpful. And you can also go subscribe in case you are interested. You will be able to reach us for this level of information, this level of detailing for all the states across. So thanks a lot for watching. Noel and I would be handling the entire NEET UG webinars from now on. Our next webinar will take you deep through how to manage the entire counseling process with the process sequence, and that will help you understand what effort needs to be put in. It might be complicated, but again, like we say, it is easy if you take time to do it, and you will be able to get your dream site or even far better. Thanks a lot for watching. All the best.